Hey guys, welcome to video number 4. In this video, I'm going to show you how to take the functionality we built using our React hooks in our last video. And if you haven't seen that yet, go ahead and go to the last video. And once you're done, you can continue this video. So we're going to take all that we did in our last video and add local storage functionality. So when we have whatever state we need, we can persist that state in our local storage. And once we've reloaded the page, that state will still be there. So let's go ahead and get started. So adding to a local storage would be a side effect of our state manipulation. So React actually comes with another hook called UseEffect. And that runs anytime a state is changed. So what we can do is actually just call this guy right here, UseEffect. And this takes in a function. And this function, in this function, we're actually going to just set the local storage item with our count. So what we're going to do is window dot local storage, and they're going to do dot set item. We're going to call the item just count, and that's going to be our count. Perfect. And let's go ahead and go to our application tab in our DevTools. And we'll see that we have a count. Oops, this is from a previous tutorial, but we have our count right here. And at any time we update that count, we are updating this value. However, we're not fetching that count anywhere, so we can still reset or reload our page, and it updates to 0 again because that's the initial state. So what we want to do is, before we move on, we want to actually go to our UseEffect. So now we're actually going to make this a little bit more performant by adding an array that you can pass into the UseEffect function. And in here, in this array, we're going to add the states that we want to look at. So in our case, we're going to add the count state. So this means that this won't run unless the states in this array have changed. So in this case, this will only run if the count state has changed. So for our instance, we could easily remove this, but imagine if we had an app with like 20 of these. We wouldn't want this to re-render every time any one of those states have changed. We are only looking at the count state. So that's where we added this count state. So now, secondly, we want to fetch our initial state from our local storage. So now a cool thing we can do is actually call a function one time and one time only in our useState initial state value. So in here, we are actually going to just run this and return 0 for now, just to show you it still works. Perfect. And now we're actually going to get item from local storage. So we're going to do window dot get item, and that's going to be count. Or if it's not there, undefined, it'll be 0. Now, one more thing we need to do is this is going to return a string. So what we need to do is just convert this into a number, and that should work. Now it's not window get item, it's window.local storage dot get item. Cool. And now once we update something and we refresh, we'll see that it's still 60. And if we want to truly reset it, we'll have to go down to our reset amount, press OK. And you'll see that doesn't work because we need to actually go into our reset amount, and let's actually move this up, and reset amount should be 0. So now when you press reset amount, it'll truly 0 out, and then again you can press whatever you want and increment, and then once you reload, you'll still see that value. And that's how you use UseEffect in order to add any side effects based on state changes. And there you have it. So we built this entirely out of the hooks or React hooks that React comes with. We haven't added any state management tools like Redux or MobX or whatever. We've done this entirely in React itself. So now if you were to start learning something like Redux, in the next few videos, I'll show you how to do this with Redux so you can start really learning how to build scalable React apps. So I'll see you in the next one.